What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Wrestling Biz Buzz live here on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. So, guys, this is my review and results video for WWE Smackdown this past week. I fucked it up already, but we're gonna keep that in there. So why the fuck not? Also, guys, I'm gonna make a comment on what I feel about the Talking Smack segment between Daniel Bryan and The Miz, but I'll do that at the end. Pretty much the show kicked off like it has kicked off in the last few weeks, with backstage segments. AJ Styles was pretty much shown gloating in the locker room, with Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Apollo Crews, Rhino, and Baron Corbin. He ended up making fun of Dolph Ziggler, which ended up a brawl broke out and was broken up by the Stars. Next thing we saw was Shane and Dan Bryan coming down to the ring. They announced the fact that there's tag team titles and there's going to be a women's title on the roster. They had stars from both divisions in the ring. They announced there's going to be a six-pack challenge at Backlash to determine the first women's champion on SmackDown. And also they announced a series of matches to determine who's going to be a tournament, to determine who's going to be the tag team, who's going to hold the tag team titles, and the winner will be determined at the final star will be determined at SummerSlam. Really, I'm going to leave that one in there too. Fuck it. At Backlash, and basically, guys, the segment ended with Sarah coming out and Shane saying that, look, you find a partner, you win the whole tournament, you will get a contract on the SmackDown roster. Styles walked down and was attacked from behind by Dolph Ziggler, they were separated by several superstars. Now, the overall rating for this segment, I'm going to give it. I really enjoyed it, even though it was kind of to start off with backstage segment, but I liked the fact that they did a backstage segment and a brawl type of thing, because that's something we hadn't seen really. But I'm going to give this segment a 2 out of 5. It was a really good, decent segment to open the show. Next up was a match between Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, with Natalya and Naomi on commentary. Now, this segment again was pretty good. Becky Lynch obviously picked up the win. I'm aiming for Becky to actually become the first ever women's champion on SmackDown. Hopefully WWE pull the trigger and do that, but who knows. My overall opinion, by the way, guys, on the women's title, I like it. I know it's pretty much the same as Raw's, bar the fact it's not red, it's blue, but I actually like it. I do think it looks somewhat decent. By far better than the Universal title, but stay tuned. Friday, I will be doing a review on the Universal title. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on the tag titles or the women's title. I don't think I will, but who knows. Next up was the first round match. The Usos versus the Ascension. Pretty much the winner goes on the tournament. Obviously, the Usos picked up the win. This overall segment, I'm going to give it. I really didn't enjoy it, to be honest, because I would have enjoyed it more if the Usos lost. And that, like, I'm a fan of the Usos, but I want WWE to be pushing the Ascension, because I do feel they could be a by far better dominant tag team than what they are on the roster at the moment. So this rating is going to be a 0.5 out of 5 because it wasn't spectacular by any means. Next up was Carmella versus Nikki Bella, but this match never got underway because Carmella pretty much attacked Nikki Bella before the match could even get started. I'm happy the way this segment went, because it adds meanness to the women's division, which wasn't really there. Overall segment, what would I give this rating for this segment? 2 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. It was a short one, but it was really decent, really good. It showed how important the women's division is and the women's title is on SmackDown. Next up was Randy Orton walking down to the ring, cuts pretty much a promo about losing to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and also he talks about pretty much what's next. Bray Wyatt's music hits, Bray comes down to the ring and pretty much cuts a promo, and it looks like there's going to be a series of matches between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and the first one obviously being at Backlash. I'm hoping to do a series of matches anyway, but that remains to be seen. Just to close out that segment was Shane getting interviewed backstage, and pretty much says that Stephanie only fined Brock Lesnar $500, which she wasn't taking it serious, and said that the issue between him and Brock is not over. The overall rating for this segment, again, it was a good, decent segment, 1.5 out of 5. Next up was American Alpha versus Breezango series. Another first round tag team tournament match. Obviously, American Alpha picked up the win. Rating for this match, it was obvious who was going to win at the end, so I'm only going to give it a 0.5 out of 5. The main event happened next with AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, AJ picked up the win. It was a good, decent match. The only negative thing is the way it was booked, because at first Daniel Bryan made out that it was never going to be, the winner was going to be, that if AJ won, he was added to the match at Backlash, but then AJ would be in a one-on-one match at Backlash, but yet then it was, if Dolph Ziggler picked up the win, he'd be added to the match, which made no sense whatsoever. So overall, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. For the whole overall show, the show was by far better than Raw again this week. Since the draft, SmackDown has been, in my opinion, the more superior brand. I guess that's down to the fucking fact that it's a 2-hour show and not a 3-hour show. The overall rating for the show, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. Now, on to talk about the whole Daniel Bryan Miz segment on Talking Smack. I actually enjoyed it. I don't think it was scripted. Again, I haven't read to find out whether it was scripted or not. I'm glad. This is something we needed to see out of Miz. If Miz cuts more promos like this, pretty much he is a heel, so he essentially cut a heel promo, even though it looks like it was unscripted. I don't think it was, because Daniel Bryan's reaction, he was flustered, he walked off stage, and even Renee Young was like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm looking forward to see what happens next week on SmackDown with this, because the Miz wasn't really seen, bar one backstage segment with Heath Slater. He wasn't really seen on SmackDown this week at all, so I'm interested to see what way that turns out. So guys, I'm going to end the video there. Let me know what you think below in the comments. Also check out Top Rank Corner for more videos. Make sure to like this, share it, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.